feeling golden, lost in the moment. It's taking over me. Keep your composure, you know that I want ya. Can you just hold that beat? Just turn the lights up, baby. Let it go.
Hey guys, good afternoon. It's Michael Beck. Back here with Chat GTM with my cohort and business partner here, Chad
Horn.
We're here with Ming-Tai Huh from Squares. Did I get that right? Names matter. I say that a lot on our podcast.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Yeah, you can just call me Ming.
Ming, I like that even better. So Ming is with Square. I see your product in so many restaurants I go to around my neighborhood, right? You guys have done a really good job getting out in the marketplace. It's a unique product. It's different, and it's really easy to use as a user interface. It's something that comes in when I come as a guest. It's fast. Like boom. I know it works really well.
But getting it out, good job getting out in the market understates this. How many locations does Square service?
Oh, wow. Well, we're a global organization. We've got 5 million merchants. We call them sellers.
Holy cow.
This is beyond next level.
Holy cow.
Yes,
well, that's why we
right.
do this thing to kind of demystify and educate people.
Yeah. And that is also not only the small independents, farmers markets, independent sellers. That's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Obviously, we really are about economic empowerment of the individual. But also we have very large businesses, like in our space, SoFi Stadiums, powered by Square. Right, we have Shake Shacks, kiosks, powered by Square.
Right,
and then numerous other brands that you may go to. So we're covering a lot of the full gamut, so to speak.
And are you exclusive to food service?
No, we do retail, health and beauty, spa, as well as services. So even my plumber who cleans my dryer vents and whatnot, he uses Square. So
wow, that just opened up that's a whole big world.
Yes, absolutely. So
even in my past, I've had the Square Dongle shipped to my house.
That's right.
Doing some things. So yeah, this is
that's right. Now we're just not that little dongle anymore, and I think that's really one of the big points I want to make and continue to make here in an event like this.
Yeah.
With a lot of the industry players are here. Is that we have a full suite of technology, point of sale, KDS, kiosks, printers, online ordering, inventory, guest management, marketing, banking, savings. I could keep going on and on.
Really?
But the point is, we have far outgrown just that little white reader.
And it all started with that.
Yes, it did. Yes.
That is amazing. So what brings you here? What's your goal at this show?
Yeah, I'm here with my team. We've got our local team here. Actually, we have people here in Phoenix. We have an office in Scottsdale. We have a booth here, and we're really excited to do exactly what I kind of just shared, which is not just tell, but show our capabilities.
Wow. So Chad was really excited about the fact that you were coming on the show. Chad, tell me a little bit about why that was such a big thing for you.
For several years, and I think I knew you first as like a really smart, wise partnerships integrations guy, and clearly you're leading product strategy at a much larger organization now. But that's why. I mean, the impact this company can have on our industry, and ultimately provide a better solution to the restaurant industry. It's what we care about. And so I'm really interested to hear you kind of unpack even why because you would have had options to chose to join Square and what you're trying to do for the industry through your role.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think it's probably worth sharing that I got into this industry as an operator. Actually, not as a technologist. So 15 years, I started a restaurant.
Oh, okay.
In Cambridge, Massachusetts, called Puritan and Company.
Is that how you guys know each other from just the Bostonian days?
Not directly, but I do recall this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably a longer conversation over a beer, a glass of wine, but kind of fell into the industry and then immediately had to figure out how to make it work.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I was going to lose a bunch of money. So me and our partner, Chef Will Gilson, started a restaurant. And wow, I kind of really, trial by fire, got pushed into how do I run this business? How do I understand how to make profit? How do I manage the team? What technologies to choose?
Yeah.
And that really kind of spurred my career now over 10 years in the restaurant technology space.
So how long have you been over at Square now?
Almost 2 years.
Okay. And in thinking about the other players out there, and I'm not going to say it by names, don't advertise other folks, but what makes you different and special in that sense? Like if somebody's looking at solutions in the marketplace, why would they select Square?
Yeah, great question. Well, one, I think we have a breadth of capabilities that I think exceeds other players
like all
in
the
the
stuff
space,
you got
right?
too, yeah.
But I would say we're open and flexible. You don't have to use all of those products. You can. You can mix and match. You can bring in partners, third parties, and you really can kind of make it your own. I think that's a really big standout in our industry where we're not trying to force everything onto you and worse, make choices for you.
Right.
So we really come from a lot of that individual operator, kind of like, how do I grow? Right now I just need payments and for tickets to show up on time. And then as I grow as a business, online, other ways, marketing, I can piece those pieces together and I can turn them on quickly and activate them and get all the full advantages of a singular platform using the same data set.
What about on the deployment side of things? Sometimes, or in some cases, I know legacy systems, it takes a long time to roll out a POS.
Yes.
Right? Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so recent fresh news, Bluestone Lane, Café, 65 locations across the country.
Yep.
We rolled them out in 2 months.
Oh, wow.
And here's the real actual, if you don't know about it, with Square, you could go to a Best Buy, buy one of our commercial grade registers, plug it in, type in a username and password, and it's ready to go.
You can do transactions.
That's it. You're done.
Are you, or what's the philosophy around payments?
Sorry.
Yeah, our philosophy is that we are a financial institution. Payments are a part of our product.
Okay.
And in doing so, we provide a lot of value back to the seller, which is all that good data.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And also our acceptance, our ability to fight fraud. So we're definitely a payments business.
Yep.
With a lot of technology built on top of it.
Yeah, that is one of my earliest moments as a consumer.
Yeah.
A wow moment in technology was with Square. I transacted with a credit card, and I got an email receipt, and they already had that on me. I was like, that's amazing. That was a really awesome experience. And that was a long time ago, so I can only imagine what kind of stuff is happening behind the scenes now.
Yeah, well, that's because Square, unlike other players in the space, we're a merchant of record. We are the merchant of record. That allows us to do a lot of things for all the operators that are using our platform.
Right.
So the fact that you're here, that you're talking about Bluestone Lane, clearly somewhere along the way, you guys became an enterprise solution. How long? What is that? What's the quick history there to like where you were to now being able to play in that level?
Yeah, absolutely. So, thinking of it coming from our roots in payments, we probably notably, if you think about your history, we were a payments provider for Starbucks.
Oh, wow.
If you remember that chapter, now that was before me,
Okay.
and that was, it happened. I think the business learned a lot about providing enterprise payments for a large player like that.
Yes.
But it really kind of seeded our ability to serve enterprise-level technology and services to big brands. And we have since done enterprise payments to many other verticals in the space, while extending our technology, getting more on the operations side, step by step. And that's where we've got great track record with like Shake Shack, for instance, and their kiosks. Publicly, they've already shared like half of their business goes through kiosks and goes through our payment infrastructure.
Wow.
And so we're excited to just build more and more on top of this really awesome financial platform.
And Shake Shack has a very interesting setup for the kiosks that they have and Square Payment. I ate there 2 days ago. I was like, this is really exciting.
I mean, you kind of have to go to the kiosk, right?
What's that?
You kind of have to go to the kiosk.
Yeah, no, you do, but it's a different
Or
experience.
mobile app. So
Yes.
that's the other digital channel that they would be choosing from.
But it's fun, it's easy to use, and it looks futuristic too. It looks really cool. So
That's right.
I'm about some flash when it comes to tech.
Yeah.
Well, man, this has been awesome. We got Marky Mark of the Funky Bunch coming up here. Well, not tech. He's not Marky Mark of the Funky Bunch anymore. That's how I went from old. But he's
Boston
one of our
guy.
keynotes. That's
Yeah,
right.
we're
This is the
Boston,
guy. Yeah, you guys show up. But before we do that, what are the other things here at the show that you're excited about that will make you want to be here? And really, who are you trying to see? If they knew you were here, you'd want to get with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, if you are an emerging, fast-growing brand and you want to make sure that your technology doesn't swallow you down, come to our booth, talk to us, 20, 100 locations. We're really excited. We've got a great team here to chat with you. And also, I'm here to talk to other partners. AI is a lot of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I'd love to kind of sift through the noise versus signal, and so I want to hear from different players in the
What kind
space.
of AI?
We can help you with this.
Yeah.
Well, I think voice, top
Yeah.
of mind.
Yeah.
I think I said this earlier this year. It's going to go from super annoying to everyone just kind of thinks it's normal.
Right. And that is funny. So when you mentioned voice AI, Chad and I just had a real interesting experience with this at Mertech. The Startup Alley, had 6 voice AI companies there?
All right.
Right? And the winner was not one of them for the Startup Innovation Award, right? Which was very surprising. It was a friend of ours, Yaros from PickPad, which, you had this thing you put down, you put your cup on or whatever the piece is, it knows what that object is, so the DSPs don't get confused, the timer runs, so when they're going to pick something up, you kind of know who's responsible on that side, what's hot and what it's not like out there. But really interesting tech. But the thing I'm saying with voice AI is there's so many emerging technologies coming that are AI powered, but now we're seeing AI make solutions as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like people are able to innovate and create solutions within a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Using AI.
It definitely changes the calculus of who's going to win in the future.
Yes.
And I think we're going to see a combo of upstarts that are just really, really quick and efficient and really competent, as well as some of these, well-financed players of the legacy variety that will eke out a win in subcategories as well.
We could have a jam session on this someday. I'd love to talk to.
We can, for sure. Yeah. Well, look, our parent company, Block, which owns Square, it owns Cash App, and owns a lot of other pieces that are really big foundational technology builders. All right, we at Block have an open source generative AI tool called Goose, and we are definitely on the open source train. We're not going to hold it behind walls. We want to create it available to others, and this is in partnership with Anthropic. So we are enabling even our own teams to build faster with these tools, and then also others in the space.
There's kind of a pitfall, and I'll just say real quick, so there's a little bit of pitfall in AI that you have people, I think, now showing up that can over-represent their capabilities because they Chat GPT to everything that they're talking to you about, and you go, oh, this sounds really good. I think there's kind of a looming cloud there of how do you demystify, how do you get to the root of what somebody can really do versus what they just talk to their AI about that made them sound good to you.
Yeah, look, this is something that everyone is adjusting towards. I've heard about how you have to change all your interview requirements now. You have to change your, I even heard about
like cover letters might as well be thrown away, right?
I heard that this is doing expense fraud, like people submitting receipts.
ChatGPT created a crinkled receipt. I was like, that's fraud. It's not a replacement, it's fraud.
So look, the game has gotten more complex.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then they're probably going to use AI to help solve that game.
I hope so, right? I have to say, the bad actors are always ahead of the good ones.
That's true. And when you build a mousetrap, they'll build a better mouse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, Ming, thank you so much for joining us here. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Where can people see you next? We
are in the marketplace here in Phoenix or RLC. I'll be doing a lot of the other shows as well this season. So
what's your next
see me around.
NRA?
NRA. Yeah, Chicago. Yeah. I've got a little bit of travel in between, but and with some big news, so you're going to hear some awesome stuff coming out of Square.
About that too. So we're going to have a podcast table at NRA as well. So if you want to stop by and say hi again.
Yeah, I'd love to see some of you guys.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much too.
All right. Thank you.
So this has been Ming
next time.
with Square. And if you want to find more out about him, you can find him on LinkedIn pretty easy. And Square, I'm sure you guys got a website.
Here we go.
Square. Bam. So this has been Chat GTM. One last episode before we go, and we now go, Marky Mark. So it's coming up. Stay tuned.
I'm feeling golden, lost in the moment. It's taking over me. Keep your composure.